Well, good morning and welcome to Coffee with the Coach. This morning we are talking about how coaching can make a difference in your lifestyle. And many of us have been exposed to coaching, but we're speaking with Dr. Milu, who has invented a new coaching program that it includes some of the creative activities. It opens up the right side of your brain. Would you like to elaborate on this, Dr. Milu?
Of course I do. It's so you said I invented, it's what I would say more of a discovery.
Okay.
Why I would say it a discovery? Because it's going through the knowledge base I have and the knowledge base of the entire world. So where I come from, my background is called evidence-based research or evidence-based management. And you have a evidence-based medicine now where we collect all the data and then we look at the data. Right.
It is a scientific approach.
Right. And where I come from is called evidence-based coaching. So we gather all the data and then we find out what worked. And those are the things we apply. And as you know, coaching is based on the client, the coachee. So my discovery of things that actually work over time, and I've been coaching for 7 years now, and that worked very well for my clients. And those are the things I collected in this activity-based coaching model called VINO Envision. And that's where we apply 9 modules in a 3-dimensional program. And these 3 dimensions are basically 3 diamonds stuck together. They can be separated out or they can be brought together as a holistic coaching model. And that is what I'm presenting to the world, is to have a holistic viewpoint of your lifestyle, which is, as you mentioned, Tony, life changes and pursuit of happiness, and COVID made us to go global now. So we are nationally in different places and we are growing.
So as I understand, psychology, which is the basis for all coaching, is a science, and it's evidence-based science. And what you have brought to your coaching model is including activities. So crafts, artistic activities, which make people open up the creative side of their brain, which enhances the evidence, or it brings to the surface things that are buried below. Would that be a good way of saying that?
It would be a very good way of saying it, because what we have these 2 different type of brain that we talk about, and psychology, of course. So coaching is not therapy. So we are not therapists. We are not licensed to do therapy, but we are coaches who.
But some people come to you for that, it seems.
Some people do, and we are not licensed to do that. We are coaches, and coaching comes from a completely different perspective. So to give you an example of coaching, coaching is based on many sciences, major sciences like psychology, of course, is a big social science. Then you have sociology, you have philosophy. Philosophy is a big one in coaching, of course. And then you go into biology. And now think about the big science sitting there called fine arts. And in fine arts, you have music, you have dance, you have activities that normally is not viewed as important to coaching. But think about everything we do involves activity, including you and I talking this morning. We are drinking a cup of joe, right? So
a cup of Milu.
A cup of Milu, and to that, I have this big cup that I wanted to share with our viewers to tribute to our
the
big,
Cardinals that are coming back to play.
Right, yep. And this is the big cup of joe. They are coming back, and this month we actually had our family, which is we got some tickets that was purchased for this month and is not used right now. But so this is an activity also that we are talking about. We're talking about a game. We're talking about a game where people go to see a game, right? Why do you go to a game? Just think about that, Tony.
I think you go to a game to be in the present moment, to escape all of the things that fill your mind with what you must do and what you've been doing. And you say you go for entertainment, but you have to go to be present. And if you're there in that moment, you will see every ball and every strike. And if the game bores you, you may not be paying that attention.
Okay.
You may not be present.
Let's also talk about when you go to a game, why you take your kid with you in the game.
Why I take my what?
Your son or daughter or or your
some
friend,
company.
whoever, some company.
To share the experience.
Share the experience that may last for the lifetime, right? That kid may grow up and say something, I was in games with my dad or my mom or whoever, right? So that's the experience that is shared over lifetime. So the game is a shared experience with people. We have thousands of people sitting in a stadium. So human being, we are social animal. You know, COVID put us at home. But guess what? You know, I did. The moment COVID put us in a lockdown, I went Zoom to the wall to coach my clients using virtual coaching. So we are social animal. We like to interact. We like to share our experiences. And activity-based coaching is just that. Is bring your shared experiences through activities, which includes all the good things about art, music, yoga, biking. Biking is a big one, right? Dance, of course, dance. So just think about when you participated in dance in your high school or your prom. Was it a big event for you?
I think dance is a very interesting self-expression of your inner self, of your being, of your happiness, how you're displaying your happiness.
Exactly. And you know, I may let me see if I can share with the world the 9 modules that we have, and it's on the screen right now. And you know, this 3 diamond we are talking about connected together.
So this is the VINO Envision platform that you developed.
VINO Envision coaching model, we call it, and it is a platform, and it is a 3 diamond. As you see, each of the diamond can be separate out and be by itself. So we have strategic mindset, we have self dimension and relationship dimension. These are the 3 key dimensions. And as holistically, I found in my research, in the evidence-based research, as holistically, that gives you a holistic mindset and takes you towards the journey of your happiness. And actually you reach the happiness sooner than later, because we also do a lot of mindful practices in between.
Well, each of these diamonds in themselves are a lot of work. They're a lot of inner work to dig into your strategic mindset to say, what are my visions? What are my aspirations? What are my dreams? That in itself is a lot of work, let alone to go into your self dimension and try to understand yourself. Understanding ourselves is probably the hardest thing.
Oh, it is. It is. And as we go into the coaching, and as you know, coaching is not, some people will come to me and say, can I just have 1 month of coaching or 2 months of coaching or 3 months of coaching? And Tony is laughing right now because coaching, and tell me, Tony, it's because you are smiling with this. Why do you think coaching is not 1, 2 month or 3 month thing?
Well, you know, I think people who have been involved with coaching know that it's an ongoing experience, because as you are changing yourself, the world is changing around you. The way you're seeing the world changes around you. And so as things change, you again must adjust. So what I find interesting about this platform is it can be an ongoing platform that you digest in small chunks as you need to. One of the questions I have is you have these 3 different diamonds, and each of those diamonds have 3 different specific activities and items that you're trying to investigate. Can they be done a la carte? Can they be done as you have the time to make time for them in your life?
Of course, anything can be done. It's the personal choice, right? So each of the diamonds have the 3 components. So we call it 3 modules. It can be modularized approach. You can take out each of the module and apply as it fits for you, even though, so the program is designed that way that you can come to coaching and you and your coach will decide which one to pick. You may have some self issue going on at the very beginning. And because, as you know, Tony, this program is designed to be a business program, leadership program. It can be also applied for personal program. So it has multi-dimensional use. And as a leader, for example, you look for yourself and your relation aspect of it, and which can be a significant one. If you are a relationship with your employees, relationship with your co-workers, colleagues, bosses, environment, or customers, that relationship aspect can be a big one. At the same time, you have to develop yourself as a leader. Same concept applied as a business owner. If you're looking at your business, think about the strategic dimension is key, important part of it, where you decide how to apply that in your business to design a strategy. So in the strategy dimension modules I will talk about, we have aspiration, which in our context, we call it menu of life. The activity is
so that is the activity we'll do in the
right.
aspirational module.
Exactly. It's called menu of my life, and the subtitle is design the life I love. So as a business owner, just think about that. You can take it in a concept of leadership, in a business ownership, or as a personal. As a business owner, you want to design a life you love, and that's why you are in business for, right?
Right.
Why should you go for business? I know the first maybe come to your mind is money. But let me ask you, beside money, what else you go business for?
You go into business to do, to create something that you believe is needed in this world and to make things better.
Very well. So I have multiple clients. So some of them are gym owners. Some of them are, corporate clients. Some of them are car dealership and so on and so forth. Some of them are electric company. So as you see, each of them, if you ask them why you are in business for beside money, so money you have to set it aside. Of course, your main goal is to make money. They will tell you, because I am passionate about what I am doing. So I have a business owner who owns multiple bike cycling franchise, and he bikes himself. He go out and bike. So he's passionate about the biking. So just think about that. I have another gymnasium owner who left corporate world to come to kickboxing biking. Sorry, not biking, kickboxing gymnasium. And she's very passionate about that. So the passion is to do something positive to the world is what drives us in the business. And at the same time, think about if you ignore your family and just focus on your business, what happens to your life?
You become unhappy.
You become unhappy. So these modules that combine together creates that holistic happiness that you can run a business. and a multiple of them. At the same time, you can become very happy. And mindfulness is what gets you there with the coaching. So we are including a lot of things like yoga. We have yoga session in our VIP program, which we have not talked about, is VINO Envision VIP program, where people belong to a community of coaches, community of business owners, community of leaders, community of just general public who join with those coaches, where they interact with them, where they get to do the mindfulness meditation, where they get to do mindfulness through music, and and they're also having this coffee with the coach and conversation with different coaches and different styles. It's an open community. It's a marketplace where people go, like, in those, and I know in Italy, you have that promenade or a square where people gather, and they bring fish, they bring meat, they bring cooked food, they bring music, they bring dance, somebody maybe dancing there, somebody playing banjo or guitar. In New Orleans, you see that, people sitting there playing guitar, and there is the Cafe Mando. You can have coffee and cafe and the food, music. These are all part of our activities.
And so you are likening the VINO Envision activity-based coaching to the social elements of people coming together and sharing their arts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, art is also a very central piece of that. You go to, I've been to Paris, where I see art is displayed on the street. And if you go to London or you go to Paris and European countries, you'll see there is art going on. Artists just sitting there doing their work, musicians just playing music. There are shop vendors who are selling things, but it's like a community where they're gathering. The social aspect of it. We as a human being like that.
So is that where you, how you came up with the name VINO Envision Crafts, Carafes, and Coaching?
Craft, carafe, and coaching, of course, because, carafe. So, I know I have this conversation with all my clients and go back to thousands of years where our ancestors lived in the cave, right? We went out for hunting and gathering. We went and got this big monster that we killed, and now we burned the meat, and we are putting on the fire and burning the meat, and we ate the meat, and we had so much fun. The belly is full. Now we are dancing around the fire and drinking vino, whatever vino we had, right? So that's the community aspect, and we gather as a community. And as we spread the happiness and joy and celebration, that's what the VINO Vision there is a 4 component of the VINO Vision. The final component is celebrate life. It's the celebration that you have to do every single day to enjoy life. And like waking up in the morning, having coffee with Tony is a celebration of life.
So your 4 components are basically of the VINO Envision: monthly coaching, hands-on activity, community support, and celebrating the success of what you're learning about yourself. So tell me about the community support that we have not discussed.
Right. So I just put it on the screen, the 4 components that belongs to the coaching, right? So we have the monthly coaching, then we have these hands-on activities, classes, where you can actually do art, you can do yoga and all those. We share some of that in our VIP module. At the same time, we do it in a studio and virtual classes. Then the community support, which is our VINO Envision VIP, that's the gathering place for all of us, coaches, leaders, business leaders, community people, everybody, we gather in that community square. And it's a virtual place. And then the celebrate success is the 4th component of that, where we stop and celebrate of what we achieved. So in coaching, I highly believe, and in my research that showed, is that you not only achieve those milestones, you start celebrating them, right? So for example, you have an employee of the month or you have an employee of the year. The piece of paper you give them to put it on their wall or their cube or where not, is because of that celebration aspect of it. They can celebrate their victory. And in coaching, this model we apply, you have to be happy and celebrating your life, your achievement. And that's why we have this VINO Envision lifestyle, which is our fourth component, where we are designing a lifestyle where you will be celebrating every single day of your life with the mindfulness yoga, with the music, with the food. So on the fourth component, we'll be adding events which will be coming up. And those events are yet to be, because of the COVID, we are limited, but they will be announced and they will be, so our VIP members will be participating on those. And that to celebrate our successes, the milestones that we achieve. And if I'm a good coach and I don't include the celebration in the coaching, then I am not a good coach.
Well, if you want to, people want to find out more about the VINO Envision experience and coaching program, they can go to at darmill.com, DARMILL.com /VINO Vision. And that'll show you more about what we've been discussing this morning.
Right.
And I see that there's also a trial VIP membership. Tell me about that and what I get for that.
So the VINO Envision VIP is a community that I was talking to you about, where people will gather. The coaches, we have multiple coaches now. We have coaches in Louisiana. We have coaches in Florida. We have coaches in Georgia, Nebraska. We have coaches in Arkansas, and of course St. Louis, and we are constantly looking for coaches in other locations as well. And so we are growing there. So we have coaches with different skills and different backgrounds there. We have artists there. We have musicians there. We have yoga person there, and then we have a community that is joining there, like a normal business owner, or a leader from a corporation, or just general public joining there.
And where are they joining?
Yeah, they're joining to get the experience of that community, where they will be getting test of everything we do, and that can lead them to believe the happiness is the way of life. And that's the VINO Envision VIP. So once you go darmill.com /VINO Envision, you can put a dash and put VIP and it will take you there. Or you can just go to VINO Envision on that Darmill web page, and you will see there is VIP. So we are offering this 3-month complimentary access to our VIP program. It is $97 a month after that, but it is free. And I believe, sincerely, I believe that people make their own choices. We as a coach can guide you, but we cannot force you. So we are giving you this opportunity to decide yourself, and it's no obligation. You can cancel anytime kind of deal. So you can come in, you can join, you can enjoy. And at the same time, if you decide this is not for you, there is many other things for you to do. But as coaches, we give people opportunity to explore and find the right thing that works for them. And that's what we do. That's why it's free for 3 months right now due to COVID. Normally we would offer it 1 month free, but now we open it up 3 months for people so they can come, experience all the things we do, and let's see if this is the right thing for them. If they are not, they can easily leave, and there is no obligation to that.
Well, I've been participating with this for the last month, and I find it very interesting. The community gathers on a private VIP Facebook page, What I find convenient about that is, like last night on Monday nights, you have a yoga and mindfulness session. And I have been busy lately on my Monday nights, but I can go back to it and watch it tonight if I want to, or when I'm ready to participate in the yoga and the mindfulness, or I could share it with my significant other and we could do it together if that would be the case. But the group meets on a private Facebook page. What if somebody doesn't use Facebook? What if they're not comfortable or don't like Facebook? Is there other options?
Okay, so of course there is other option. This is a community. It's not based on Facebook. So VINO Envision, to register for it, you have to go to our website and register through there. So you are belonging to the community, and there is a community interaction. The Facebook is a component of that. Means you will be invited to join the private group because you are now.
It's an option.
It's an option, but. And when you say it, some people don't like Facebook, but just think about where that statement comes from, right? It's the mindset of how do we now go about liking Facebook? Just think about that for a second, right? Some people will say, I don't want to celebrate my birthday. They will say that, right? There is an underlying aspect that we need to coaches to discover, to say, okay, why don't you like to celebrate your birthday? There may be something happen that we don't know, or there may be experience in life. Facebook, LinkedIn, and all those other social media that's what it is. It's social media. So if you are not a social person, maybe it's time to have a chat and see how and what it can bring to your life, and how social component can enhance it. Hopefully that helps.
Very good. So if you have interest from this, if this conversation has stimulated any interest, visit Darmill Group /VINO Vision and investigate this community. You have some activities that are coming up on July 9th, this Thursday. There is a virtual class and in studio class for finding your positive self. Do you want to go and explain that a little bit?
I can. I don't know whether we already think, because we started a little later. We are over 30 minutes, but we started a little late because of the technical difficulty. But finding your positive self is one of the key components of the self dimension, where just think about during COVID, how negative people became, right? And our exercise, the activities we'll do, involves an art that has color and that has two faces, and it's fabulously designed. Artists will guide you through the exercise to finish the art. You can take the art, hang it on the wall. At the same time, coaches will guide you, some coaching activities that will be around that art. So you will find the difference between where you are to where you actually need to be. The positive self, like the fear we were talking about, the fear of known and the fear of unknown. So let me give you an example of fear of unknown is what we don't know, what we fear, and we get anxiety. And then we see that the fear was just bogus fear. Means it's gone, it's not happening. The tiger was not there on the porch. But then the fear of known where the tiger is on the porch. And you are sitting there and you're fearing that tiger. How do you defeat that tiger so you don't have to fear it? Just think about that for a second, Tony. How do you get rid of the tiger from the porch?
You call the Tiger King.
Very well. So there is different type of instrument that you can use, and it may involve some a tragic end of the tiger's life, or it may be some noise that you can make the tiger run away. So there is a strategy that you apply to get rid of the tiger from the porch, so you can now go about your business and get out of the house. And that's what we are doing here. We are creating and changing mindset. That's why your program is designed to say life changes, the pursuit of happiness, and that's what we're going to do.
Very good.
Thank
Well,
you
I
very
thank
much.
you for your time this morning and for sharing some insights about this program. And if you want to find more, visit darmilgroup.com, VINO Vision.
Thank you, Tony, and we'll see you in our next episode, which will be coming in 2 weeks.
Very good. We will be having these conversations on the first and third Tuesday of each month at 9 a.m. So feel free to join us. Thank you.
So happy coffee to you, Tony.
Ready for a refill.
Mm-hmm.